Hey, 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 what is up? What's happening? Happy Sunday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, here we go. Here we go. This has been a long time in the works, and I'm excited to make this announcement. And, I kind of teased it yesterday and uh, got some had some really good conversations yesterday. So I just appreciate all the different leaders that reach out to me. Um, just the support was really, really incredible. So I just appreciate you. And so let me know. I'm going to church right after this, so I can't dilly dally, and I got a lot to tell you. Okay, but I'm going to make it fast and quick and easy. And so let me know. What's up, AJ? What's up, Jenny? What's up, Bella? How are you? Good to see you. All right. So drop a one if you saw the announcement yesterday of me kind of talking about this new direction, and then we're gonna get started because I we gotta get to church. Jenny saw it, Bella saw it, Terry. Yeah, it was so kind. I got so many kind comments. It's been such an interesting journey these last 2 years, but I got so many kind comments. So many of you sent me prayers, and so many sent me wonderful messages. It was just really, really cool, and I just really, really appreciate you. I really do. I'm so grateful who God has surrounded me with, and just so grateful, so grateful. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get started. I know there'll be people joining us, and so, but we can't dilly dally. We got to jump in. All right, so I'm going to show you my screen. Let's see here. Okay, so first of all, I think this is an applicable. This is my screensaver on my display thing here. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, I'll give you rest. For my yoke is easy, my burden is light. And I think right now, I think there's a lot of people who are struggling and heavy laden. And I truly believe what I'm going to share with you today will help. I really, with all of my heart, I believe it will help. And whether you decide to, run with me or promote or anything, what I'm talking about, I really think will help. And I think we're at a time in our world where it is ready for this. And I think people are yearning for this. And we have just put together an incredible way for you to draw closer to God. And you're going to see me, talk about that. And so, all right, let me. Yep. So, yep. I launched a new network marketing company. Now, there were a lot of people that saw the announcement yesterday and they're like, what company did you join? What company did you join? What company did you join? I didn't join a company, I started one. And it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me, but I have a couple partners in this. And so this is not a company you're aware of unless you are on a extremely short list and God nudged me to talk to you before this. We officially launched. Well, I guess the word officially. We privately launched on Wednesday, and so Wednesday we did our very first webinar for a very select group of people, and we had I think we had 80 people on there, and 51 joined, which is kind of amazing because we had a lot of technical issues on Wednesday, that's how new companies work, right? We had a lot of technical issues. And there were a lot of people on there, I don't know exactly how many, that weren't even in the US. And so there's no way we could have had 100%, right? So I don't know how many were not in the US, but this program is open worldwide. We have members in 72 countries, but the promotion ability of it is U.S. only currently. And so if you're on here, you're not in the U.S., You can still get into the content. You're just not able to promote, right? Yet. And we're going to go. Well, I'm not going to talk about expansion yet. I don't like to promise things we don't have set in stone. So appreciate you. All right. So here's the question. How did this happen? All right. How did this happen? And so it all started at Faith Over Fear 2024. So how many were at Faith Over Fear either 2023 or 2024? And for those that may not know, Faith Over Fear, well, my wife and I, who's in this picture next to me, isn't she gorgeous? My wife and I, we've ran an annual event since 2013. And in 2022, we both gave our life to Christ, and that changed everything. And so 2023 and 2024, we completely rebranded, changed the name of the event to Faith Over Fear. Okay. And so at Faith Over Fear 2024, which was the end of October, beginning of November, I had invited my friend Dion. He's the really tall guy from South Africa right there. And that's his beautiful wife, Bridget. I had invited them to come and for him to speak. And at that point, I had been getting mentored from him for about maybe 9 or 10 months. Okay. And he is business partners with a guy named Graham Cook, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. But both Dion and Graham have completely changed my life. Totally. And so we do this amazing event. And if you were at Faith Over Fear 2024, what's the one word you would use to describe it? Drop it in the comments. What's the one word? Because if you were there, I mean, it was magical. I mean, it was awesome. People came to Christ. People had breakthroughs. There were miracles. There was healing. I mean, it was wild. It was a wild ride. Okay. But at the end of Faith Over Fear 2024, I got into prayer and I get very clearly that Faith Over Fear isn't going to look the same next year. I'm like, okay, all right, what's it going to look like? And some of you may have seen the video that I did where I came out and I said, hey, Faith Over Fear 2025 isn't going to be the same. I'm going to be going around to different churches and running Faith Over Fear. And I didn't have the details. And this is very common with God, right? He gives you the next step, but he doesn't give you the staircase. How many know what I'm talking about, right? You get the next step, but you don't get the staircase, okay? And so I get that it's not going to be the same. I get it has something to do with churches, but I don't get details. And so the more I'm excited and I go live with it because I think, well, maybe there's some pastors that are going to bring me in or whatever. And I did have a couple pastors reach out to me, and I have had the wonderful opportunity to do some sermons at some different churches and different worship services and stuff. And I love that. But God wants me in the marketplace. He wants me to bring ministry into the marketplace. He's made that very, very clear. And I'll actually share how I know that on the next slide here. And so anyway, so I pray Faith Over Fear 2024 is not going to be the same. You're going to be in a lot of churches. And then I'm like, well, what am I going to offer? Right? Because it's, like, what am I going to offer? And I get with Dion, this guy, tall guy, South Africa. And so I'm like, okay. And so I reach out to Dion. Now, it's interesting because I don't know if it was the same day or if they were back-to-back days, but at the same time, he got in prayer that I was supposed to help him scale their business. And so I'm like, hey, I need to talk to you. And he's like, I need to talk to you. And so we get together and I'm like, hey, the Lord tells me that I'm going to be speaking in a lot of different churches and things, and that I'm supposed to talk to you. And he said, well, the Lord tells me that you're supposed to help us scale our business. I'm like, okay. And so I pray about it. And there were two things that kind of came up that I prayed on. One, Dion has amazing leadership training. And we actually together came up with a new name for it. We came up with the name Leader Forge. Like, how cool is that, man? Leader Forge, right? It's a cool name. And so, but I got that wasn't the thing for me. I got that's not where you're to help them. I'm like, okay. And so They also have a app that they've had for I think like 9 years or so, and they have 6,000 members, 72 countries. And this app, people pay for the last 9 years, people have paid a monthly, fee to access this incredible app, which I'm going to talk about here in a second. And when I prayed about that, I got a 2-page download. I got, this should be a network marketing company. You're to lead it. You guys are to partner. I want you to use this vendor. I want you to use this attorney. I want you to use this payroll. I want you to have these percentages. This is how you're going to promote it. I got a 2-page download that gave me every single aspect of starting this network marketing company. It was crazy. And so now in my head, I'm like, okay, I don't know what Dion's going to think, because Dion has absolutely zero experience with network marketing, right? Yeah, he doesn't know network marketing at all. All right. And so now he has a PhD in business leadership. He's got, he's ran 21 different companies. He's so brilliant and so smart. And we make such good partners because he is so metric driven and just a great leader around measurements, numbers. I mean, he's just incredible, right? Such a great compliment. And so I go to him and I tell him this. I'm like, here's my 2-page download. And he's like, I love it. This is amazing. I never thought of this. But then he asked me the question. He goes, well, how will you be compensated? And I said, I'm like, that Lord wouldn't give me that. So that was the one thing, the only missing piece that I did not get in prayer is, how will I be compensated? And, what does that look like? Or, and so that's when he said something that I'll never forget and I'll always be grateful for. He said, well, why don't we just partner on it and we split it out? And I said to him, well, that's more generous than I would have thought. And he said, yeah, I figured that. And I really believe that was the Lord's redemption, because it was such a generous offer. It is the most generous offer I've ever received. And it was so kind and so edifying and so generous and so amazing. And he said, I found with partners that the reason most partnerships don't work is one ends up feeling lesser than the other. And so it doesn't work out. And so I'm like, okay. Now that was a little bit over 6 months ago. And so the next week from the prayer, we hire Clay Brewer, right? Amazing attorney. How many know Clay? How many know Clay? He's amazing. He did all of our legal paperwork. We went back and forth, and he had a level of compliance that was here. We went to here, right? So he says, hey guys, you don't need to do that. I'm like, no, we're doing that, right? So we created just a crazy level of compliance, follow his advice, to a T and then some. And then we hired the software company. Then we hired, like that next week, we hired all 3 of the vendors and the attorney that I got in prayer. And what's wild is 6 months later, those are the ones we went with. Like, that's crazy. Like, there were some rocky times there for a second, but we went with all the things that I got in prayer. All right. And so then we did that private launch on Wednesday. We actually did a private launch on Wednesday, on Thursday, and then again on Saturday morning. And that went to some of Graham and Dion's insiders, like, people that have been members of the app already. And so we, went to them, gave them first crack at it, and they were super excited. Right? And so, but I want to go back just a second, right? So I'm still on how did this happen? I know, I think it's important to get the story and for you to understand the story. And so how it happened is I got introduced to Graham Cook. And this was, I want to say, I believe it was either January or February of last year. and I get introduced to his book, Crafted Prayer, which if you don't have, I highly recommend. Whether you run with me or not, whether you decide to become a member or not, get this book. It's a small book. It's life changing. At the time, now this was just a year ago, guys. At the time, I was very confused. I fell in love with scripture. I fell in love with bringing people to Christ. I brought my mom to Christ, my dad to Christ, my ex-wife to Christ, my 25-year-old son to Christ. Every single week, God puts me in a position to bring people to Christ, and I love it. So I didn't know, is God calling me to be in ministry? Am I supposed to leave the business world? Which I would, if he gave me that direction, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'd do it in a heartbeat because his will is above my desires. And that's a very specific prayer that I actually prayed. I'm like, Father, thank you for putting your will above my desires. But the cool thing is Isaiah 55:8-9 says his ways are higher than our ways. And so his desires are actually greater than ours for ourselves. How cool is that? And so anyway, I get introduced to this book. And this book teaches you how to do a crafted prayer, not some shotgun prayer. Lord, give me abundance and healing and this and that and this. But it teaches you to find out the heart of God. What is his will for you? And actually pray that be done. And so I prayed and I'm like, Lord, where do you want me? Do you want me in ministry? Do you want me in the marketplace? Like, where do you want me? And I got such an incredible promise and such an amazing word from that very first crafted prayer I did, because, from Graham Cook. And when I prayed it, I had an experience. I mean, I had like this type of electricity like go through my body. I had a visualization. It was wild. And so from that day forward, I've not been confused, because he gave me my promise. He gave me who I am to be in this world. And that is, in a nutshell, to be a leader in business and faith, right? To be in the marketplace, to bring God alongside and have him with us in the business marketplace. Okay. And so I've been walking in that ever since. And again, whether you want to work with me or not, I would highly suggest you get this book. It's right on Amazon. Now, who is Graham Cook? Okay. First of all, he's amazing. And I think at this point, he's now been over 50 years of ministry. And this guy is so much light and love. This guy he's just all love, man. He has preached all over the world, over 120 countries. His main specialty is to help you have a better relationship with God. Okay. That's his deal. That's how to know that Jesus is with you, that God is with you always, that he'll never leave you or forsake you, that he loves you, that he loves you, that he loves you, that he loves you, that that's just what it is. He's all about light and love. He's absolutely amazing. You will never catch him bashing some other church or bashing some other whatever. That is so polar opposite to him. It's amazing. And so so Graham and Dion's company is called Brilliant Perspectives. And Brilliant is a Brilliant is a movement of kingdom activators. And so we've partnered. Me, Graham, and Dion, we've partnered to bring you a brand new concept that allows you to spread the message and share in the blessing. And the main resource of the movement, because it's not just an app, but the main resource of the movement is an app called Brilliant Plus. Brilliant Plus has, it's been around again, I believe 9 years now. It has daily routines. It's got sleep meditations. It's got all kinds of stuff. The main author is Graham. Now, we are expanding the content, but right now the content is absolutely amazing. So, it's got daily routines, over 50 full-blown training courses, ranging from constant continuous favor to fruit of the spirit to the art of thinking brilliantly. I mean, it's just unbelievable, all the different things that are in this app. My wife and I have been listening to the app almost every day for the last, I don't know, I started earlier than her, but roughly for the last year. And it's just amazing. Outside of the Bible, it is the place I go to learn more. It is my favorite resource other than the Bible. Okay. It doesn't replace the Bible. Okay. But you get guided learning sessions. There's all kinds of sleep stuff, crafted prayers, replays from live conferences, guest content that's ever growing. So you're going to see some new content around parenting, around wealth. You're going to see a lot of new content coming in there as well. But it's over 600 videos, over 12 sleep meditations, daily routines, 21-day challenges. How cool is that? And guided meditations. Okay. And here's just a few stories. Okay. I start with my own testimony. Okay. So the Brilliant Plus training on constant continuous favor changed so many areas of my life. I now understand that because Jesus Christ is with me, that all of heaven's favor is attracted to me. I know because of Christ, not because of me, not because of Ray did some good work or something, but because of Christ, I have all of heaven's favor with me always. I have every spiritual blessing because Jesus deserved it and Jesus is in me. Can I get an amen? Because guess what? You've accepted Christ. So do you. So do you. Now, two of the first courses I went through in the app were Fruit of the Spirit and Developing Your Destiny. And they helped me understand the difference between servanthood and sonship. And that was such a key distinction for me. I mean, by the time I went through that, I had gone through the Bible 4 or 5 times, different versions, ESV, King James, New King James, NIV was my first one. Recently the Message. I'm about to finish the Message. And then I'm going to the Passion. And so I had been through all these Bibles. I'd spent so much time and effort. I never learned the difference between servanthood and sonship. It was Graham that helped me learn that. And you may be wondering, what's the difference? And I want to gift you with this. This is a real gift, whether you work with me or not. Okay, this is a real gift. The difference between servanthood and sonship. So servanthood is God gives me a nudge or an instruction, and I do it. Now, most people aren't there. God nudged you to write a book. God nudged you to play bigger. God nudged you to go forgive someone, and you didn't do it, right? The cool thing with God, this is from Graham. I heard this from Graham. With God, you never fail a test, but you get an unlimited amount of tries to pass it. I'm going to let that sink in. With God, you never fail a test, but you get an unlimited amount of tries to pass it. Now, most people are not in servanthood, okay? But there's a higher level than servanthood, and that's sonship. Sonship means that my king, my father, the king, my father asked me to do something, I'm honored to do it. And I don't need anything from it. I don't care if I get a result from it. I'm not doing it for my desires. I'm doing it because I represent the king and I'm honored to do it. I'm so grateful that of all his children, he would call upon me. And if you start walking in that, you're going to see breakthroughs like you've never seen before. I remember the day that I got this. It was on a Wednesday. That day, everything changed. Everything changed for me. And I owe that to Graham. And you know, Graham's been doing this for 50 years. And Dion and I have such a deep passion for more of the world to get into Graham's trainings. This is an honoring of someone who's been at this for 50 years. Man, this guy has been beaten up and left in the streets for evangelizing in Middle Eastern countries. This guy has been through the works, and this is an honoring. This is an honoring of him to get his content out there to more people. He is an absolute hero for the kingdom. He's an absolute hero, and he's helped me so much, and he can help you too. But it's not just me. So I love the words that Shirley used. Shirley says this series is like a refreshing rain or a most delicious meal. Eric says it recalibrates. He's talking about the fruit of the Spirit, which I highly recommend. That's one of the kind of key ones. It recalibrates and tunes you into the voice of the Lord. Now, at the end of this, I'm going to share with you how to get a 5-day free trial to the app, whether you want to do business with us or not. Okay. And by the way, we absolutely do not care if you're part of other companies. There is no network marketing stigma here. We don't care, right? If you want to do this part-time, if you want to do it here and here, we don't care. We don't care if you're a part of other companies. Our desire is to get this content into the ears and eyes of more people on this planet at a time when this planet needs what is in this app and what is in this movement, because it's not just an app. It's not just an app. You'll learn here in a second. And so Eric said, it recalibrates and tunes me into the voice of the Lord. How good is that? Dorothy said, the course called Life Questions is the most important video a believer can watch. The new perspective is mind-blowing. Rich said, growing up in God helped him fill in some gaps in his spiritual life. I've found that quite a few times. Kelly said, the Brilliant for Sleep allows her to stop the onslaught of negative thoughts or regrets, and her soul is sweetly reset and her mind is at ease. Some of you struggle with sleep. Some of you are struggling with anxiety and stress. This will help you. Elizabeth says, I love the relational process and the teaching called Uncommon Love eradicated all the paradigms of what I thought love was. Wow. And so we want to help you activate the kingdom. We want to activate the kingdom together and give others the opportunity to do the same. Does that sound exciting? Do you like this idea so far? I got a lot more to cover, but let me do a pulse check, okay? So let me know. Let me know if you're liking this so far. All right. So how does it work? What are the logistics? Okay. Well, you can become a member ambassador. The membership is $47 a month or $397 a year. The ambassador is the lowest legal amount we could charge. It's not $10 per month. You probably read that wrong. It's $10 per year. If you want to promote this, it is $10 per year. Okay. And it's $47 a month or $397 for a year. What does that get you as a member? A member gets you access to the app, which I've been talking all about, but it also does a few other things. It gets you access to events. Okay. We run this Limitless with God event that you, as a member, you'll be able to attend for free. It's a virtual event. We run a Brilliance event every year. You'll be able to access that for free as well. But there's also gatherings and small groups. These small groups are so incredible. So because people from 72 different countries are tuning in, we don't run them by geography. We run them by time zone. And so you're able to plug into I want to say there's like 100, like there's 80 or 100, something like that. I don't know the exact number, but there's 80 to 100 small groups at all different time zones that you can just plug into. And guess what they're doing? They're going through the content of the app. So you're getting a deeper understanding in a group of 6, 12, 14 people, never big. They're not 100. You're not getting lost in the group, right? But there's small groups you get to just tune into, and that's all included in your membership. Now, I think that is so incredible because that's where you're going to learn from different people and their experiences with that piece of content, whether it's Fruit of the Spirit, Art of Thinking Brilliantly, Brilliant for Sleep, or whatever it is, right? You're going to gain you're going to gain friendships. You're going to learn from some people. And because it's by time zone, you may have a small group where Nigeria's in there, Nicaragua's in there, and North Dakota's in there. And so it's a really, really cool thing. Now, as an ambassador, you get to promote the movement and build your impact and income. Now, I know some of you're interested in that right there. And so I promise I'm going to share that with you here in a minute. And so a member, you get the key resource of the movement, the app. New channels are being added all the time. Content will be used for gatherings and small groups. And then the free tickets, like I mentioned, Limitless Life with God events, a few events a year, and the annual Brilliance event. Okay. The monthly gatherings are the first Monday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern or 4 p.m. Pacific. Training for Kingdom activators. And then we're the small groups, like I mentioned, online weekly small groups on Zoom. You join based on the time that's convenient to you. And some of these go through, different studies, like the 12-week study of Fruit of the Spirit. You want to grow, Galatians 5:22-23 talks about the fruit of the Spirit. You want to grow in joy. This is your way. You want to grow in patience. This is your way. And we're going to help you do that. And we're just so excited about it. So the ambassador, it gives you a link to provide people a link to join the Brilliant Plus app and the movement. And I'm going to share more on this because this is a big deal. And I don't know if this has been done before. I personally haven't seen it, but I'm going to talk a lot about the 5-day free trial. So everyone on here today, you can be invited to a 5-day free trial. I'll share more about that here in a second. And then you share in a portion of the membership fee. So when you tell people about the movement, right, and they decide to become a member, you share in a portion of the membership fee. Now I'll share percentages. I know some of you are very savvy at this kind of stuff. I'm gonna share it here in a minute. You're also going to receive ambassador-only monthly training by me on how to grow your impact and your income. And so I will be leading the training. By the way, I am not a rep, okay? I'm a partner in the company. I do not have a position. I'm working with them at the company level. I'm not a corporate position. I am a partner and helped form this company, just to be very clear. So there's a lot of people are like, what company did you join? What company did you join? I didn't join any. We started this. And again, for those that are just came on, we did our first private launch on Wednesday. We did a second private launch on Thursday, and the third one was yesterday. And so you'll receive ambassador only monthly training by me on how to grow your impact and income. But this is your training is going to be very different than most companies, because I am absolutely telling you that we are going to make this easy. Now, in the past, I've told leaders, don't tell people it's easy. Don't do it, okay? Because to be honest, building a sales organization is not easy. It's not. I'm telling you, we are going to make this easy. We're going to make it easy. I am so focused on making this the easiest thing to build that has ever existed. And I mean that. And I know that's a bold claim, but I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to you by the end of this conversation. Okay. And you're going to receive a really cool, brilliant debit card to access your funds. And again, this is USA only right now. We are going to expand. I'm going to give you the rough estimate of order. Canada will probably be next. Australia will probably be after that. New Zealand will probably be after that. I'm just saying probablys, okay? EU, a little bit more difficult to deal with. That might be next, but I'm just letting you know. I can't give you dates. We don't know. There's a lot of logistics and stuff that go into that, but we want to prove the model here in the United States. We did the registration for all the states. We did everything that needs to be done legally and compliance-wise and all that for the United States. The U.S., open for business. Now, anyone can be a member. We already have members in 72 countries, so anyone can get a 5-day free trial. You just can't be an ambassador unless you're in the United States, okay? Now, this is how you'll access your funds. And so you'll get a really cool debit card, and I want to point something out. Now, I'm a marketer, and because I'm designing every single piece of this company, okay, we leave no stone unturned. Notice on the card. Now, first of all, does that look like a normal Visa, MasterCard, Amex? No, it doesn't, right? It kind of stands out. It's kind of different. But notice what it says. Brilliant. See yourself the way God sees you. We're equipping you with your first tool with the debit card. When you use this, people are going to look at it. First of all, it stands out. It's different colors. Most cards don't have these kind of colors, first of all. And if they read that line right there, how many people do you think are going to ask you, hey, what's this about? What's this about? Oh, it's actually a movement that has completely changed my life. And you know what? If you like, I can grab your information and I have a 5-day free trial to it. I told you I'm going to make this easy. You aren't promoting the movement. You're not even promoting the membership. You're promoting the 5-day free trial, which, oh, by the way, we've tested with over $100,000 in advertising. I'm going to show you what I mean. All right. And so, by the way, for those that want to know, yes, we will be sending you 1099s. That's automatically calculated to you. Number two, if you're wanting to, you can log into your debit card account and just transfer the money to wherever you want if you don't want to use the debit card. But I would use the debit card. My plan is to take this, use it at every restaurant, use it anywhere where the person has to handle it. Okay. If they have to handle it, I'm going to give them this card because none of my other cards help me grow my impact and income. This one does. If I hand someone an Amex, they're like, oh, what do you do, big guy? Right? No. So anywhere a person has to handle the credit card, a waiter, waitress, etc., I'm handing them this card because that is an opportunity. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's move forward. And if you refer 4 people, you're good to go. We pay you 25% of membership on anyone that you personally refer. We think that's very healthy. We think that's a pretty good amount because we'd like you to get making more money sooner, right? And so you get 25% of anyone that you refer. Now, if they do the monthly, that's $47 a month. Every month you'll get 25% of that. Now, if they do the annual, that's $397, right? You'll get 25% of that each year that they renew. Kind of cool. So there's an opportunity for you to make decent money right away. This is also a very unique chance to get on the ground floor of something that's never been done before. I don't think this has ever been done. Maybe I'm wrong, right? There's different prayer apps out there, but I don't think they have an opportunity behind them. This is a really cool way to grow your impact and your income. And you don't have to stop at helping just 4. You can have an unlimited amount of people join you. And they also, as long as they're in the US, can spread the message and share the blessing. And again, I'm going to make this really easy for you. So how can I say that? How can I say, because it isn't about prospecting, follow up, and doing videos and presentations and all that standard stuff. Well, let me share something cool with you. And I don't know, I've never seen this exist in network marketing before. This is the thing that I'm like, oh man, this is going to be a game changer. All right. So you're going to be able to invite people to a free 5-day trial. Okay. It's free. And anyone watching this right now, we're going to invite you to a 5-day free trial. Okay. The company over the last 14 months has spent over $120,000 in paid advertising this 5-day free trial. What they found from paid ads. Now, advertising isn't always your best leads. They have a 79% conversion. Let me say that again. Those who sign up for a 5-day free trial get into the content, and 8 out of 10 become a paying member. That is crazy. Now, maybe you've never ran ads. Maybe you've never done trials or samples or anything like that. 8 out of 10 is bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. But they've been tweaking this thing, tweaking it, moving the button, changing the color, positioning the image, right? Changing the 5-day sequence. And by the way, the 5-day free trial gives you full access to the app. It's not some limited, you're in a barren wasteland of only a couple things. Like, you get full access to the app. And I believe it's the Holy Spirit moving people, because when they start consuming Graham's content, they're like, oh my God, this is exactly what I needed in my life. And so they move forward. 79%. And you're going to be able to promote your own link for the 5-day free trial. Is that exciting? Am I just excited? Am I the only one? Or is that exciting? I think that's pretty exciting, I think. And so we're excited to give you the same tool for you to grow your impact and income. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario. What does this actually look like? What does it look like? So let's just say, because it's a free trial and it's not a pitch, because it's not, hey, join my thing for $100 or whatever, right? Because it's a free trial, let's say that you decide you're going to invite 6 people a day to the free trial. And here's how you'll do it, right? I'm mixing training into this. I already gave you a training on the debit card. Here's your second training. Hey, and by the way, if you're not going through the content, you're not going to be able to promote this. I'm saying, well, let me say this. You can be an ambassador without being a member. But if you don't know the content, how are you going to talk to other people about it? I don't think it's going to be very effective. So as you go through the content and you come upon, and I would take notes, I would be diligent. And then as soon as you do that, go to people and say, hey, I'm going through this content that's blowing my mind. It's helping me have a better relationship with God. It is just helping me so much. I'm stopping beating myself up. I'm stopping the self-condemnation. I no longer am thinking that I'm worthless and all that nonsense. And I don't know if you want to try it or not, but I have a link that I can send you. It's a 5-day free trial. If you'd like it, let me know. Okay, be honest with me. Is that easy? Be honest. Is that easy? Am I crazy? That to me seems very easy. You're not pitching them on the movement. You're not pitching them on the membership. You're not pitching them on ambassador. You're talking to them about a 5-day free trial. And so let's say you decide you're going to play big. I'm going to invite 6 people a day to the free trial. At the end of month 1, and not 79%. Okay, I don't want to be pie in the sky. I am the hater of hype. Hate hype. Don't like it. Let's say you don't get 79%. Let's say you get 15%. Now, here's the cool thing about this. Okay, we're a brand new company. We are so metric driven that in 1 month's time, I'm going to be able to give you the exact conversion. Is it higher? Is it lower? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Right? But for this scenario, let's just say 15%. You're not super influential. You're not in a leadership position. Some of your friends may be skeptical, right? And so let's say at the end of month 1, you reach out to 6 people a day and you have 15% conversion, not 79, you'd have 25 customers. But you know what? I think that's too aggressive. Stop it. I think that's too aggressive. Let's say you took some days off and you only reached out to half of that. So you don't have 25 customers, you have 12. Okay, 12 customers. They've gone through the 5-day free trial. They've decided to become a member. Let's look at what the first 3 months might look like. Okay. Now, this is the first reveal of the compensation, right? So anyone that you refer, you get 25%. Anyone that they refer, you get 10%. Anyone that they refer, you get the point. Okay. 7 generations deep, 25%, 10%. If you add that up, what does it add up to? Who's quick at math? 50%. So it's a 50% payout. And it's very healthy for the company. A lot of companies get in trouble because they pay too much out. We didn't go get venture capital. We didn't go raise money. We don't need to. Very healthy comp plan, not over aggressive, but we think very generous. And by the way, as we grow, we've left room in here to add more. Now, I'm not making promises. When is that? I don't know. I'm not telling you. I don't know. We don't know. And so month 1, you reach out to not the 6 per day, right? But you reach out to, let's say, 20 a week. And so you'd end up with 12 members and your monthly income each and every month would be $141. Well, let's say that of the 12 members you got, none of them are influencers. None of them are leaders. None of them are go-getters or hustlers. None of them have a team. None of them have any kind of leadership position. And none of them are that hungry, but they reach out to one person a day. Okay. Is this an aggressive scenario? It's not. Okay. But let's say no one you ever bring in, ever for your life, ever talks to more than one person per day. Month 2, you're looking at $508 monthly income. Month 3, $1,300. Okay. That's not bad. And we cannot guarantee these numbers because we are brand new. Now, here's one thing that's wild about this. This assumes everyone, okay, this assumes you never recruit a go-getter ever, your whole career. It assumes you never get better than 15% ever. You literally never get better than 15%. Even though our test shows 79%, you never get better. And oh, by the way, it also assumes that no one ever buys an annual. Because an annual at $397 changes these numbers drastically. And by the way, in these first few days, we have a 43% conversion to annual. How you doing? Now, I want you to look at another number here. You're probably looking at the money number, but look at the impact. 324 people. Do you have any idea? Do you know how few people help 324 people in their lifetime get closer with God? You might be able to do this in 3 months. By the way, that's bigger than the average church. If you look at the statistics, you can Grok it or ChatGPT it. The average church is about 100 people. with very conservative numbers, you've built 3 churches. You've had the equivalent of 3 church worths draw closer to God, because when they get in this content, I'm telling you, it is powerful. It is so unique. Of all the people I've studied, and no disrespect to any of the people I've studied, I'm so grateful for them being in my life. No one's like Graham. His content is so different than anyone else I've ever studied. Okay. Now that's with you sending 20 links per week for 3 months only. What would all 7 levels look like? What would month 12 look like? Well, we've done it for you. But honestly, I figured you'd be scared of the numbers. So we ratcheted down, we ratcheted some things down. Okay. So we went from 15%, let's say 10%. That's safer. At 10% conversions, if you continue to send 20 people a week the link, and you only converted 10%, not 79, not 15, at 12 months, you're impacting over 1,000 people and you're making over $10,000 a month. Now, it's never been done before. We don't know. Are those numbers conservative? Are they outrageous? I don't think they're outrageous. Are they conservative? That's a possibility. Are they completely accurate? No, they're not. We're making guesstimates. We're making guesstimates. If you notice, nowhere on there, I even calculated the annual. I calculated annual at 0%. We're converting to 43%. Right? That changes your upfront money very, very quickly. It, of course, lowers, the monthly, but it increases your upfront drastically. 47 to 397. Like that's a very big thing. But I want to just keep this at the front and center. This is about impact first and income second. And I mean that. And so the question is, how big would you like your kingdom impact to be? Because this is kingdom multiplication. That's what we're dealing with. Now, what if you were a leader? What if you're on here and you are a leader? You're an influencer, and maybe you're already in a company. We don't care. Now, your other company may care. We don't care. We're not going to say, hey, we can't pay all this money if you're in a part of another company. We're never going to do that ever. Okay, we are influencer friendly. We are network marketing friendly. We're speaker friendly. We're friendly. Okay, we're not looking to tie you up. We are looking for anyone who sees the desire to get this message and movement in front of more people in the world. That's who we're talking to. We don't care if you're focused on other things and you just do this on the side, whatever, right? Whatever, okay? But what if you're a leader and you decided to take this seriously? Well, with a little bit more effort, okay? With a little bit more effort, you'd probably have a higher conversion rate than 15%. Keep in mind, in our ads, we got 79%. That's, kind of bonkers, right? But you'd probably have more than 15%. And so let's bump it up a little bit, but not much. So at 20 a day reach outs or marketing, some of you are excellent marketers. Some of you are never going to reach out to anybody, but you're good at videos. You're good at doing reels and things like that. And we're going to walk you through exactly how to do it. In fact, I'm going to teach you on here the number one way for you to promote this thing, and it's the easiest darn thing of all time. It's actually something I've been teaching for a long time, but I'm going to show it how it applies. So at 20 a day reach outs, sharing just the free trial, only 20% conversion. You'd have 112 personal members, and you make $1,316 your first month. Of course, if none of your members did anything that first month. Month 2, you're looking at, I'm going to show you a graph here in a second. Month 2, you're looking at $5,579 per month. And month 3 gets a little bananas, right? Now, keep in mind, this is at 20% conversion, not 79%. And oh, by the way, this is with you never ever in your entire career recruiting a leader, an influencer, a go-getter, someone with a brand, someone who has a following. This is assuming no one you ever bring in talks to more than one person per day. Got it? Good? Okay. All right. So here's what it looks like. So that month 1, 25% commission on anyone that you refer, 112 personal referrals. That's $1,316 monthly income. Month 2, you're getting, that second level. You're getting 10% of that second level, 627 level 2 referrals. That's $2,947 per month for a total of $3,059. Now I want you to look at that number. Now this is with hustle influence, a big brand. Like, this is not the average ordinary person. The average ordinary person is not going to be able to talk to 20 people a day. Okay. And I did put on here with hustle or influence, but most people aren't going to hustle that hard. Now, I'm facing a struggle, okay, because I'm snapping into the mode that helped me become the number one income earner of a network marketing company quite a few years ago. Here's my struggle. I don't think I can get 20 no's a day. I think I could spend 8 hours at this thing. I literally think I could prospect for 8 hours and not get 20 no's a day. I don't know how to get 20 no's a day. This is a big problem. So far, of the people I've talked to, almost every single person, I should have tracked it. I'll start tracking it for you guys. I should have tracked it. I'm not getting no's. I'm getting, now, not everyone says, yeah, I'm going to promote it and make a bunch of money with you. Not everyone's saying that, just to be clear. But hardly anyone's saying, I'll try the free trial. So my struggle, those who know my story, 20 no's a day, I don't think I'm going to be able to do. It kind of makes me sad a little bit, right? Because I want to do the same thing here and see how big it grows. But I just don't think I can do it. I don't think I can get 20 no's a day, no matter how hard I tried. I don't think it's possible. Let's look at month 3. Month 3 at a 5% payout, 3,511 level 3 people. I want you to look down. Let's look back at month 2. Month 2, you're now helping 851 people create a closer relationship with our Heavenly Father. Month 3, over 5,000. And that's a monthly income of 18,000 a month. Now, let's say I'm absolutely crazy. Let's say that I'm bonkers. Let's say that I'm just, Ray's done lost. He done lost it. Okay. What if you do half that? I don't think that'd be that bad. I'm not going to run the scenarios for you for 12 months because you just won't believe it. And if you won't believe it, why even show it? Why bother? I'm showing you 3 months. Okay. 3 months. If you hustled, if you have a brand, a following, if you have influence, we think this is, we think it's conservative. We'll see. We're going to track it, and I'll have updates for this probably every 2 weeks where I'm going to give you actual percentages because we're going to be very transparent with you. I'm not trying to hype you here, but I am telling you, this is a real possibility for impact and income. Now, here are the assumptions that I made. That you never, in that scenario, in the first scenario is 15%. In that scenario, you never improve. You're talking to this many people, but despite logic and anything else you've ever done in your life, you never improve above 20%. 20 a day reach outs, but no one in your team ever reaches out to more than 1 a day. See, if I told you, yeah, if you reach out to 20 a day and then everyone else reaches out to 20 a day, I'd be blowing smoke up your skirt. That's not accurate, right? That's no one. Just assume no one on your team is going to reach out to 20 a day. Okay. But if they only reach out to 1 a day, or you average 1 a day, some people reach out to 2 a day, right? And then another person won't reach out to any. But if no one ever reaches out to more than 1 a day, and they never do better than 20%, and no one in the whole thing ever buys an annual, out of 5,000 people, ever buys an annual membership despite our current conversion of 43%. Kind of silly, isn't it? And so I want to share with you this chart. And the big thing to ask here is, where are you now? Where would you like to be? So some of you are in category number 4. You're low impact and low income. You're not making the money you want. You're not bringing people to Christ. You're not helping people have a better relationship with God, but maybe you have a desire. I suspect a lot of you are in this category right here. Low impact, high income. I had generated over $30 million just to find that something was missing, and I didn't know what it was. I did not know what it was. And I went through 2 years of searching, and I found what was missing, and that was Jesus Christ. And so I got out of that category because I was helping people, right? But if you're not helping people have a better relationship with our Heavenly Father, I don't think you're living your mission. I don't think you're living your purpose. Now, some of you are in this category. You're high impact, low income. That's a lot of you in the ministry. On Thursday night, I believe, Thursday night, I recruited my first pastor, and talked to my good friend. And what the funny thing about that was, I said, "Hey, have you ever heard of Graham Cook?" He goes, "Graham Cook? Graham Cook changed my life 14 years ago." I'm like, "Oh, great." Right. It was really easy. It was an easy conversation. He's like, "I'm in." And so, and I'm not saying he's low income. He's actually very savvy, but a lot of ministers are high impact. They help a lot of people, low income. Guess what? You can be high impact and high income. You can. And we'd love to help you with that. And I'm going to pour my all into this. Now, I am not canceling rank makers. I'm not canceling any of my clients or students or coaching, people or any of the companies that I work with. I'm still doing all that. Now, they may not like this. I can't speak for them. But this is my primary focus. My primary focus is to make your life easy and make this the easiest thing you've ever promoted while drawing closer to God. That's my mission. That's my primary focus. That's what God has me up to. And I believe the world is just ready for this concept, and we're just honored to bring it to you. And so here's how to decide. Get into prayer. I'll give you 2 prayers for you. And I mean this. Listen, if you pray and you say, "Lord, are we doing this?" and you get a no, don't do it. He's got some other project for you. He's got some other company or something, right? I mean that. His will is above my desire. I want to do his will. And I know his ways are higher than my ways, so his will is going to be better than mine anyway. But ask the Lord, what's your dream for my impact? Now, don't just do that flippantly. Like, do that for real. Like, get in a surrendered place and listen. Lord, what is your dream for my impact? Show me. He's dying to talk to you. He'd love to speak to you. And just to help those who may not know this, his voice is your inner voice. It's not Charlton Heston. It's not James Earl Jones, but it's words you wouldn't use. Second prayer, God, are we doing this? God, are we doing this? See, you co-labor with Christ. You're not doing it on your own. And 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, his power is made perfect in your weakness. You may be looking at this and saying, "Oh man, I've tried so many of these different things." Well, you may have, but have the 2 of you? Have you and Christ tried it? Have you done it with him? You see, he's been redeeming me, and Jesus is a redeemer. And so he had me go through a very interesting season. And he's shown me that now you get to do all of this with me. You get to do all of this with me. And I'm just so honored, and I'm just so grateful. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Psalm 35:27 says he delights in the prosperity of his servant. He delights in your prosperity. He does. It's not a bad word, right? The enemy wants you to think that. The enemy wants you to think that there's virtue in poverty. There's not. The enemy wants to think that you with money is a bad thing. It's not. Now, if you worship it, if you put it above God, then yeah, it is bad. And by the way, most people do. But the Heavenly Father can help you with that. He can. And Graham's training is the best resource on the planet to have that better relationship. And so I would pray those things. So here we go. So 4 steps. Number 1, register. If someone invited you, get back with them for their link. Now we have a very small crew. All right, we did our first private launch on Wednesday, second on Thursday, third on Saturday morning. Right, we got a very small crew. Right, so it's as of this recording. Now I imagine this recording may be used in the future, so we may be bigger by the time you watch this. But if someone invited you to watch this, then get back with them for their link. If no one invited you, then you can DM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll send you a link to the 5-day free trial. I would encourage you, at least get in the 5-day free trial. At least check out the content. Right now I'm going through the Art of Thinking Brilliantly. It's under live conferences. It's amazing. He starts out, the first session is about frustration. So if you're feeling frustrated, it's perfect for you. Fruit of the Spirit is amazing. Constant, continuous favor. Do you know everywhere I go now, because of that course, everywhere I go, I just expect favor. All of heaven's favor is attracted to the Jesus in me. So I'm kind of weirded out when I pay retail. When I go somewhere and I'm like, oh, I didn't get a discount or bonus or free something. Huh. It stands out. Like that's kind of cool, right? God wants to show you and give you this cool favor, man. And so get registered and then save your unique link. So you'll get an email. Now check your spam, because if you register, the link may go to spam. And so check the spam. Save your unique link. That unique link is going to tell people where they can join your 5-day free trial. Now, if you want to promote this, currently, this may change in the future. If you want to promote this and run with me, because this has been 16 years in the making. This is everything God's ever had me learn has led me to this moment right here. If you want to run with us and you want to do ambassadorship, that does negate the 5-day free trial, and you choose what membership you want. Okay. And so just a heads up on that. Yeah, so I just want to make sure you know that. But save your unique link so that you know that. Now, don't post your link. Don't be a spammer. Don't post your link, okay? We're smarter than that. You want to share, and we're going to have a ton of images and videos for you to share. We don't have those yet. They're coming very soon, probably next week. But don't share your link, okay? Do a 2-step process. In marketing, you would post, hey, I just started consuming the most amazing content of all time. This thing is crazy. Who would like a 5-day free trial? And then wait for people to respond. Or if you're prospecting, say, hey, I just started this. And the more you dig into the content, the better you're going to be at this. Okay, so save your unique link and then do your first post or email. Now, in your email, I wrote a social media post, an email for you, and a text message. Choose your flavor, choose your adventure, whatever you'd like to do, okay? And then access your ambassador resources. So you want to download the Brilliant Communities app. This way you can see when the small groups are running, and I would encourage you to tune into them. They're amazing. Access the ambassador group. That's where I'm going to be putting all the training and the resources, okay? And so the ambassador group, that's specific to ambassadors. If you become a member, but you decide you don't want to promote, you'll just have access to the Brilliant Communities app, which is amazing. But you won't have access to the ambassador group, just so you know. Now, I'm going to finish strong here. You ready? All right. The easiest way to promote ILT, invest, learn, teach. God gave me this at 3 a.m. this morning. You go through the content, you grow closer with God, you take notes, you share your notes, you point to the 5-day free trial. That's it. That's it. There is no hardcore sales. There's no hardcore aggression. There's no hardcore pushiness. There's no, like, how do I convince everyone in the world? You go through the content. You get to grow closer with God. You take notes. You share your notes. And when people ask you, you give them the link to the 5-day free trial. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's it. Am I crazy? Is this easy? I feel like it's easy. Now, if you're not sure you want to promote, I get it. I totally get it. If you want to promote, at least, if you're not sure whether you want to promote or not, at least get on the 5-day free trial. See if the content is as good as I say. Imagine me hyping up all this content and you get in there and it stinks. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? But don't take my word for it. Get in there. Go through the fruit of the Spirit. Go through Art of Thinking Brilliantly. If you struggle with sleep, go through the sleep. Do you know how many people have gotten better sleep because of the sleep stuff? Go do it. Go do it. And you have my word. We are going to make this the easiest company to promote of all time. That's what we're going to do. I am That is my primary focus. And again, we don't care if you're part of other network marketing companies. We don't care. We're not looking to be your one and only, right? I mean, we would love to be, but we don't require that. What we're looking for is people who really want to increase their impact and income. We want to attract people that want to get more people in this world drawing closer to their Heavenly Father. And we want to help them do that. It's kingdom abundance. It's not scarcity. We're not worried. If you're in another company, great, cool, awesome, rock on. This, by the way, this content will help you grow that other company, right? The content's amazing. It helps you have a better relationship with your Heavenly Father, which helps you in every area of my life. This content has helped me be a better father, a better husband, a better leader, a better man. I mean, it's helped me in so many ways, and it can help you too. And so if someone invited you to watch this, get back with them, let them know if you'd like to get your 5-day free trial, or if you see yourself running with us. If no one invited you, feel free to message me on Facebook or Instagram. I'll send you the link. Now, I'm not a rep. I'm a partner in the company. So I don't have, it won't say Ray Higdon, right? I have no distributorship, right? I'm a partner in the company. I helped him form this company. And I'm dedicated, no matter where you are in the company, I'm dedicated to your success. And I just appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you. God bless you. Now let's go change the world. And so thank you guys. I appreciate you so very much. I'm rooting for you. Whether you decide to join us or not, I appreciate you so much. And I'll talk to you soon, all right? Got to get off to church. Bye, guys. I love you. I'm rooting for you. Thank you for all the messages. You guys are so wonderful. God is so good. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.